The Texas A&M quarterback competition was one of the most interesting and intriguing quarterback competitions to happen this whole offseason, with Zach Calzada and Haynes King competing. And today they just named, or A&M just named Haynes King to be the starting quarterback. This is a competition that we've covered several times on this channel. We've covered King, we've covered Calzada, we've looked at both guys, and we've broken down some film, mostly high school, but we have broken down film of them and kind of what they bring to the table. And we've also looked at their support cast, right? Their receivers and running backs who will get the ball too. And I've said on this channel before, regardless who ends up being the starting quarterback, I think they'll be in position to potentially succeed. I'm not saying they're going to light the world on fire, but they have a good surrounding cast around them. And so with Haynes King being named the starting guy today, I want to take some time and talk about what he brings to the table, what you can expect offensively from him, and we're going to look at some film from him to kind of understand why, as well as look at quotes from some of the coaches. And most of the film today we're going to look at is his high school tape. We did break down the spring game film a few months ago, but I want to look at the high school tape. And before you get mad and say, hey, it's high school, it doesn't translate to SEC, yes, I understand. It is high school film, so take it with a grain of salt, but it still gives us an idea of the skill set he has and what you can expect as long as he is potentially being developed. So it still gives us an idea. So before we dive into the film and look at some of the quotes about King, I just want to encourage you to consider subscribing to the channel if you like any quarterback-related content. So let's dive into some quotes real quick with Haynes King being named the starting quarterback. I don't have anything from Jimbo right off the bat here, but a few weeks ago he did say, or previously, Jimbo was talking about King and Calzada, and he says, when you talk about those two guys, Zach is a very talented man and can throw the football very well. Everybody gets caught up with his arm. Zach is a good athlete. Really good athlete. He can run around. Zach is an NFL talent. I think Haynes King is an NFL talent. Haynes King can really throw the football. He's tough. He's competitive. He can run just like Zach. So the fact that you saw Jimbo speak very highly of Zach, and the fact that Haynes King beat Zach out, I think should tell A&M fans that King is a good, talented guy, and he earned this starting job, right? If you go on to offensive coordinator Daryl Dickey, what he said during media day, was it media day? Oh, no, it was last week or the week before. He talks about Haynes King. He says Haynes is going to be a guy that can really extend plays and probably keep the defense a little more honest or a little more scared with his ability with his feet. And so that right there kind of shows you that he earned the starting job, and he has ability with his legs to make defenses pay. And so we're going to look at some film of King in high school, and I think some things to take away is, one, his anticipation with the football. He has good feel on his passes, good touch passes that really help his receivers get open. So I call that a mature thrower. And then he is athletic. We're going to see his ability to run and to throw on the run. I think we'll see all these combinations of I think we'll see these combinations of King at A&M this year, and so we'll see him have a good touch on his passes, throw the ball on the run, and use his legs as well as a runner. So let's go ahead and dive into some of the film. Again, it's high school, take it with a grain of salt, but it still gives us a good idea. Let's look at the film, and I'll catch you on the back end. So here we'll see a demonstration of King's athletic ability and to throw on the run. Now, I don't expect him to do this against SEC defenses right here by any means, but I think it's a good example of it still shows his tool set and his athleticism, even though it is high school clip. It still makes 4 or 5 guys miss and throws on the run. Again, I don't think we'll see that against the SEC, but a good example of a skill set that he does have, and I think you'll see some athletic plays nonetheless, even though it won't be necessarily breaking 4 tackles from SEC defensive tackles. Here's another clip from King right here. Again, we're under center, shows good versatility, and then it shows another good anticipation throw, and that's something that he does well that I think is probably a reason why he was the starting quarterback. Like, the ball is out right now as the receiver is turning here. We have more anticipation throw examples coming up as well. But again, ball's coming out. He's from under center. Good play action. Ball's out before the receiver turns his head for a good, accurate throw right there. So when watching King, his high school tape, one thing that stands out is his anticipation on his throws, which of course is going to fit Jimbo's offense perfectly and what he asked for his quarterbacks to do. So if you watch this play here, it's high school, take it with a grain of salt, but still an example. The ball is out before the receiver turns his head for a first down right here. So just an example of what anticipation throw looks like, and probably a reason why Jimbo picked him as a starter. So here are back-to-back plays of King running the ball. Again, I keep reiterating it is high school, take it with a grain of salt, but I do think you're going to see him as a runner for A&M. That's not going to be as often as it was in high school, but he has good enough speed, good acceleration, and we've heard Jimbo talk about his speed in the past as well, and we've heard people talk about him just being a good athlete in the past, so we'll see that often. I think we'll see him run the ball often for A&M, and something that could really help keep the defense on their toes, if you will, and set up the passing game, right? Like right here is an athletic, impressive run right here, even against high school competition. Gets upfield, shows good acceleration, good burst here to run away from the DB there. So I think he's got enough speed to be a threat as a legit runner for A&M. So here's another 2-ball here, a good example of good touch on his throw. We're going to see him just kind of throw his guy open. Good touch here, but also let's look at the pocket. Look at the people coming in his face, right? So he's able to throw a good, accurate, mature 2-ball here with pressure in the face, able to throw off his back foot. Good job with that 2-ball there and just showing touch on his throw. So during the quarterback competition, a lot of times you would hear, King's the better athlete, has command, but Calzada's the better thrower, can really spin him. I think these two plays back-to-back show that King is more than capable of throwing the football. And this right here shows his arm strength right here, right? This is a good throw, good play-action throw. Of course, we'll see A&M under center and shotgun. Throws him about the 45-ish yard line. This is going to be right close to the end zone. So right about 55 yards in the air. That shows his arm strength. This right here shows his touch on his passes. And so this right here is, I think, probably what separates him from Calzada, or just was one of the reasons, not that separates him, but one of the reasons that King was chosen as the starting guy was simple fact he's got good touch on his throws, good anticipation, right? This right here is a good touch throw here. We call it a 2-ball, which is a very mature throw in my opinion. 2-ball being kind of in between a rocket and a deep ball. So watch this good touch here because it's good coverage right here. Again, it's high school, reiterating it. It's good coverage, but a good touch, good feel in his throw that allows it to be a completed pass. So these next clips are going to be all of King throwing on the run. I think we'll see him do this often. Design rollouts, whether it's a play action or a rollout from the shotgun here. Does a good job here. So, going too far back. So again, just a quick rollout to the left, eyes downfield. Able to hit an open receiver here, but something that King does very well, and something that we heard about him doing well, just from people that are close to the program, is his ability to throw on the run. And when you compare that or combine it with his athleticism to run the ball, then I think you have a good combination there and a good threat to the defense of running when he gets out of the pocket or throwing. So just the number. Let's go ahead and watch a few more clips of him throwing on the run too. So here's a bootleg here, again, under center. So the first clip was him from shotgun, just a design rollout. This one's going to be actual bootleg from under center. Going to roll out to the right side of the field and hit his guy downfield, throwing on the run here. This is a tight, a good throw, and it's pretty tight coverage as well. But again, that's what he's from under center. Rolls out to the right on a bootleg, is able to hit his receiver here. Just another example of King throwing on the run here. So here's King again, under center here. We're going to see bootleg out here, good throw on the run. And this is actually one of my favorite throws to show of King because I think it shows a lot of good things he does in one play, right? So he's under center. He's throwing on the run, something we've already talked about he does very well at. But then watch this mature throw to throw his guy open because it's actually good coverage. So on the run, he's throwing his guy open, throwing behind the DB here, just showing really good feel on his throws, something that we talked about at the beginning of kind of the film breakdown. Again, high school, take it with a grain of salt. I want to reiterate that it is high school, but still does a good job showing us his tool set here. So again, last time on the run, throws his guy open, good mature throw there on the run. So again, with King being named the starting quarterback, I think what we just saw on film is what we can expect at A&M. And yes, it was high school, and now he's going to the SEC. So I don't think you're going to see him break tackles, 3 or 4 tackles in one play from defensive tackles. But I do think you'll see him use his athleticism. I think you'll see him throw on the run. And I think we'll have a good anticipation and good touch factor on his balls. And I think it's also encouraging knowing that Jimbo Fisher did say that Zach Calzada is an NFL talent. So there's good depth there. So again, Haynes King being in the starting quarterback, we just went over what he brings to the table. And we'll continue to put out quarterback videos and keep up with the A&M quarterback situation throughout the season. If you like the video, please consider subscribing to the channel, like the video below. Let us know in the comments below, what do you think of the situation? How do you think Haynes King will do during the season? And we'll see you next time on our next quarterback-related video.